Welcome, we made it. Happy Monday. Welcome to our Monday night program. I read an article earlier, or actually toward the end of last week, that says the best time to exercise to improve your memory is to, if you're learning or studying something, is to get on the Cellerciser right after. So I'm going to read some excerpts from this. But it says, according to a new study published in the Journal of Cognitive Research, Principles and Implications, just 5 minutes of light physical exercise after any learning session can give your memory a boost. And that's interesting because we've learned that when people and students especially, and even children with dyslexia, when they get on the Cellerciser and they're bouncing up and down, they're learning faster and they're retaining longer. Kind of interesting. It says researchers from the University of New South Wales in Sydney, Australia, led by Dr. Stephen Most, conducted 4 experiments that included a total of over 250 undergraduate participants. They aimed to test the students' memories before and after 5 minutes of exercise. Through all 4 of the experiments, an interesting pattern emerged. Researchers noticed women who performed a mild physical activity after learning something scored higher on memory tests than women who did not exercise. What's more, exercise was most effective at boosting memory when participants did so after a learning session. It goes on, but this isn't the first study to make the connection between exercise and memory. In fact, plenty of research indicates that physical activity can reinforce learning, all the more reason to start Cellercising. I added that. The moving up and down, we know, is increasing circulation, oxygen, blood flow to the brain through the pumping action, which makes it easier on the heart. When we're using the brain, this chemical process occurs, and as we're bouncing up and down, I suggest that the chemical impression at the bottom of the bounce leaves a stronger impression. I could be wrong. We need more studies done on that, but it makes sense to me. There is some reason that people are retaining their memory longer when they seem to Cellercise. Okay, let me share some customer reviews, and then we'll answer some questions. All right, this one comes from Claire. Claire writes, "Hi, thank you for all your wonderful videos. Can I please ask, would you ever consider putting all the wonderful stretching exercises that you do on the Mr. Rebounder app? By the way, get your Cellercisers ready. We are going to do a stretching routine for the back at the end of the program. So it'll be a 15-minute routine, but it's designed to help increase circulation to the disc, loosen up the muscles, increase flexibility in the back. I would love to do a stretching routine by following the app because I can't remember the exercises myself. It would be great if you could put a range of stretching routines on the app from beginning to advanced, etc. Along with the amazing workout routines. That would make the app even more fabulous. I have ADHD, which makes it a challenge to do any exercise on a regular basis simply due to lack of motivation, disorganization, distractibility, overwhelm, and poor memory. I bought a Cellerciser at least 4 years ago, and I've only used it occasionally on and off because I didn't realize I had ADHD or how to work with my brain to make it easier to build habits. However, I'm now working with an ADHD coach every week and a virtual trainer who also has ADHD and is helping me gradually build a consistent, gentle exercise routine without getting overwhelmed. She has worked with me to make sure all the exercises can be done on the Cellerciser. I want to meet with that person. As a result, I've been doing the health bounce for 1 minute first thing in the morning and 2 minutes every hour during the day. I work from home. I can already feel the benefit of my mood because of the dopamine release caused by exercise. ADHD brains are low in dopamine, but also because I'm finally using a Cellerciser regularly. So I no longer beat myself up about not using it, which itself is exhausting. Also, because the Cellerciser does everything at once, cardio, stretching, resistance, I'm not overwhelmed about trying to juggle and incorporate different exercises to cover each of those things. Plus, Cellercising is the only activity that doesn't make me feel stiffer and more achy after doing it. I'm currently waiting for a balance bar conversion kit and the Mr. Rebounder Play and wireless monitor. We'll talk about that in a moment. I can't thank you enough for everything you and your team do to educate and promote life-saving health by using the Cellerciser. Love and blessings to you, your family, and the whole Cellerciser family. Claire. Thank you, Claire. So it's interesting because we did put the stretching routines on the Mr. Rebounder app now. So we've got 65 different movements. And I wrote to let her know it is on the app. And she says, thank you for replying. Yes, as soon as I sent the email, I explored the app further and realized that if you create your own workout, you have access to all the exercises, including stretches. I immediately put together a stretching routine and with almost all the stretches on, plus 1 minute health bounce beginning and end. It is a 13 minutes long, and I did it yesterday. My arms are weak and my shoulders and neck are chronically stiff. However, I was able to do all the movements on the Cellerciser, and I could feel that with every bounce, I was able to recalibrate, to relax, check my positioning, and maybe stretch a bit further. Every bounce offered relief. This morning, I can feel the muscles have worked, but they don't feel sore or stiff, unlike with regular exercise, which is why I avoided it. I really can't thank you enough. Seriously, I now have hope again for my health and fitness, especially my mental health. The Cellerciser and rebounding are so simple, gentle for beginners, and effective. I never thought it was possible to experience such real benefits from movement without it being an exhausting slog. I'm not currently taking medication for ADHD and don't want to. I want my dopamine levels and hormones to be boosted and balanced by Cellercising as long as possible. Also, I spoke to you a year ago about asking for advice on knock knees. I was so grateful for your help, and I'm now putting your advice into practice. Lots of love and blessings, Claire. So I wanted to read that because Claire's brought up several good points. You don't tear down to build up when you Cellercise, but it is all weight bearing. So the muscles, the cells fortify their membrane. They have more protein. The fascia, you've got 75 trillion cells, not just a few muscle groups working. That's what makes it so efficient. As long as you've got resistance, you're going to see and feel those benefits, but not jarring. Don't confuse resistance with jarring. We want deceleration, acceleration, but without jar. All right. This is a testimonial about Jenna. Many of you know Jenna. Jenna was almost literally born on the Cellerciser. She grew up Cellercising. Her grandkids, or her kids, my grandkids, are now Cellercising. They're absolutely phenomenal. I mean, really, I could talk for quite a bit on that, but you'll see them from time to time on our postings, and she posts too. So I've chatted with Jenna twice now, and she's been so understanding and helpful both times. She answered all my questions about Cellercisers, the exercise programs, pricing, and shipping, and even gave me her direct email address if I had additional questions. She came across as very knowledgeable and approachable, a pleasure to talk to, which is uncommon on chat services. I will be purchasing a Cellerciser, and I have Jenna to thank for making me feel comfortable with that purchase. I would also like to add that I always appreciate proper spelling, and Jenna's was impeccable. Thanks, Jenna. All the best. Melissa. Thank you, Melissa. I think it's important for all of us to have feedback from time to time, and Jenna's she's been super. Okay, Lou writes, Dave, it was great talking to you in regards to renewing our subscription to your Mr. Rebounder. I want to thank you for the wonderful product. My wife was diagnosed with cysts in her pancreas and lesions. Under the doctor's advice, she was told to have an MRI done and to keep an eye on this particular problem. We decided to purchase your product to see if it would help her. Well, after using your product for 3 years, her symptoms seem to stabilize. She rebounds almost every day on your Mr. Rebounder app. We both are believers. Thank you again, Lou. Well, Lou, thank you. And thanks for we love the Mr. Rebounder app. I did my routine a little bit earlier today, and then I created a new routine for all of us. And I'll go through, if you want to write down, I'll go through the movements. So if you have the Mr. Rebounder app and you don't want to wait for it to be posted, you can actually create your own routine with it. Hello, Dave. I'm 72 and have been a Cellerciser user for over 10 years. I'm writing to share my great appreciation for this health and fitness tool and a recent experience. My low back was aching and stiff for months. I also couldn't sleep through the night. I then went to an orthopedist and a physical therapist. I went through months of therapy. I also had steroid injections and got a new bed. When we added a daily 10-minute routine on the Cellerciser, and that has made a big difference. With daily walking and my Cellerciser, I've been able to keep my pain and stiffness at bay. I'm also sleeping through the night again. Thank you, Dave, Jim. And thank you, Jim, for sharing. Brooklyn, can you close that door? Thank you. Okay, questions. We've had some good ones. And if you have a question, feel free to type it in, and Brooklyn here can forward those to me. Hi, Dave. Hopefully I'm on with you live tonight. I missed your others. The question I have for you is this. What are the best movements to get rid of lower belly fat under the stomach muscles? And also the well-known love handles. Good question. The twisting motion really works at getting circulation going, especially underneath the lower abdominals. But the Jamba run is how we burn off the fat. You can't really target reduced fat. You can target muscles, but genetics has a lot to do with the fat that we accumulate and where we accumulate and how it comes off and how it, what part of the body it accumulates first. So doing the Jamba run is going to be burning fuel, and as you continue to do it, you'll continue to go after those areas. Now, one of the things that I do, and I don't know if it works or not, but it feels right, and as you get more in tune with your body on the Cellerciser, you'll have ideas too. Please share them with us, but is to take the fingers and just move them up and down a little bit, just to make sure you've got good circulation going to those areas while you're Cellercising. Okay. Oh, the love handles. Yeah, well, you can strengthen this side of the body by doing the kickouts. The twist helps work some of those muscles as well. Hey, Dave was curious. Do you think the Cellerciser helps with hair growth and maintaining its color? Your hair looks great. I am so grateful because I believe that this has truly made the difference, and I still have my hair. And thank you. Thank you very much. I'm getting some gray here. I don't know if it's probably stress, but yes, it works. I'm 66 years of age, and my grandfather was on my mom's side, if that has any relevance. He was bald in his 20s. I mean, he was pretty much completely bald. So I've had doctors tell me that they believe the movement up and down helps to increase that circulation to help with hair. So something's working. My question is that I have severe chronic foot pain to the point where I can't walk on it most days. Some days are better than others. I tried doing the trampoline with a sneaker or a speaker on. That seems to help. I think he meant sneaker. I get through the workout. I don't know if I should lay off for a while. I've been on vacation, so I'm trying to rest it. Should I trampoline sitting or lying down on it? And you can, and you're still going to get a lot of the benefit, and you can support your back with your hands when you first sit down on it. I really miss my regular routine. Any suggestions? And yeah, maybe I can crash if going to a certain area. I'll try doing all the instructional videos and follow along as suggested, so I'm not sure what to do. I really miss Cellercising like before the injury. Thanks for all you do. Okay, so we have an injury. I don't know the nature of your injury, and of course consult with your doctor, but some of the techniques that I do teach is to, and I do it too, massage your foot. Actually massage your foot, the joints, those areas that you feel might have some pain or restrictions, and then get on the Cellerciser. Move up and down, do some different movements on the foot, massage it again, and then you can get back on again, just end up with the health of the baby bounce. The objective here is to reduce swelling, inflammation, increase circulation, and strength. And at the same time, talk to your foot. I believe in that. Communicate with your body and see it not as sick or ill or injured, but see it as getting better and better, and be grateful. There's an attitude of gratitude. It does make a difference, and it does help affect the body's performance and function. So it's that partnership relationship that we can develop with ourselves and our cells. Okay, I have a question. It says, I bought a Cellerciser from you in 2020. I absolutely love it. It has helped me in so many ways. The list is long. Cholesterol pills, no more. Arthritis pills, no more. Arm muscles, yes. However, question, what can I do or do more of to tone and trim my thighs? Oh, we're going to show you tonight. I usually work out for 30 to 60 minutes, 5 days a week. I also get 10,000 plus steps in a day with my job, so I'm not lazy. But my thighs still need more. And don't be afraid to make me push harder. I can take it. I just need help. I forgot to add. I'm 5'2" and weigh 124 pounds. So weight loss isn't really an issue. When I began my Cellerciser journey, I weighed almost 140 pounds. Thank you so much. You've helped me so much already. Well, thank you for the question. And it's we're going to focus really on the thighs and building up the knees in the routine that we will be doing. Actually, no. We're not doing that tonight. Look at the Mr. Rebounder, if you have the Mr. Rebounder app, under Fat Eradicator. It's in the advanced section. That's a routine I did this morning. I was thinking I was going to do it today, but no. But that Fat Eradicator, that builds circulation and burns the calories. So we're going to do back today, but that Fat Eradicator on the advanced section really will go after toning the thighs and building them. What supplements have you taken throughout your life, and what would you say are the ones you found help you the most? Getting a green drink and pouring the green drink. You can put some apple juice in it if you want, but the green drink primarily. And then add live foods. Add some live broccoli, if you stomach broccoli, good lettuce, green leaf, parsley, those onions, some onions. That's, I think, is a really healthy nutritional. See, what the objective is not to second guess what the body needs to maintain its structure and integrity. Those are the vitamins or the nutrients. But rather is to find a way to create a smorgasbord of nutrients that the cells can draw from, they can pick from. So as long as we are having those in our diet, the body can have access to the building blocks and the things that are needed to help keep it healthy. Can you show us some good exercises for women that are pregnant? Yeah, my wife went through that.
I got some questions when you're ready.
Sure, go ahead.
My sciatica is flared up again. Should I stick to baby bouncing? Thanks for all you do to educate us.
Good question. Okay. Sciatica, that whole area. Gentle movement up and down. Just like this. Because you're not really working this area, but you're pumping circulation. Rocking side to side. I want you to listen to the Cellerciser. How quiet it is. So you guys, mine's just like yours. All right, the twist. This is a good one, of course. And then holding the hips straight ahead and just twisting in the hip socket area so we can open up that joint where that nerve helps wrap around. And then just the baby bounce. So those are some basic movements. And listen to your body, but that have been very helpful to many people. Okay.
Are trampolines the reason why circus performers are so strong?
Yeah, it's a lot to do with it. Some of the best athletes that we've ever had are trampolinists. They're really strong and it's intense. It's a good observation. Okay, I have a Cellerciser. What can I do to lose inches off my waist, please? And it's still that fat eradicator. You can tone the waist by doing the twisting and the kickouts and tilting backwards and things like that. But if you want to burn off that weight, it's, I used to say the same thing to men. I said, if you're doing a bunch of sit-ups, you're going to get frustrated because you'll have strong stomach muscles. It's just nobody's going to be able to see them. You've got to burn off the weight. And these muscles are just too small to be effective in burning off the fuel. But the Jamba Run, and you all know what the Jamba Run is. We love it and we hate it, but it works. That Jamba Run helps to burn off that fuel, that excess fuel. Okay. Oh, and we got all those. All right, any other questions? Okay, then let's go through the Mr. Rebounder app real quick. And I want you to see, I'm going to use the little wireless module. You'll see that, you'll see the screen here. I'm going to look at the screen up here. And this little wireless module is what interfaces with the Mr. Rebounder app. So let's go back to the home. So we got the beginning, intermediate, advanced, and seniors, and many of you have seen these. If you have the app, we've got lots of different routines you can pick from, and that are already done. And there's the fat eradicator right there. So that fat eradicator that I was talking about, that's it. It's a good little 20-minute program that works. Okay. So for the little module to make this work, this again, it interfaces with the app to show you how many calories you're burning, how many steps you're taking, even when you're doing the Jamba Run. It's very sensitive. The intensity, it's got an intensity meter and a timer. So we're going to go to the settings. That's that little hamburger thing up here on top. Just hit this as a Apple, but you'll have that on Android too. And then where it says settings. So you got account info, health tracker, technical support. Go to settings, connect Bluetooth device. So I'm going to hit connect, and there's a little button on the back of this. You don't have to take this off. You can leave it on the Cellerciser. It'll slide underneath the mat, and then you can just hit that little button, and it will communicate. So I'm just sticking that back on. I'm going to hit the button and connect the device. Turn it on. There. Now it's on. Okay. Now it's connected. It says connected. It shows you the amount of battery life you've got left. Go back now to the routine you want to work. And we're going to do okay. Eventually I'm going to have what I designed for you tonight on this, so you'll just go to the advanced section and pick it. But right now it's under My Workouts. So you go to My Workouts. This is the routine, the back flexibility and health. I'm going to hit start, and when I hit start, I'm going to pause it for a moment. And you'll see that over here on the right, there's a slight little orange button. If you hit that, if you happen to have the wireless module, now it's going to connect with the module, and it will show you the intensity meter, and you're able to start moving forward. So that's on the screen. I'm going to turn some music up because it's turned off right now. I'll turn it down some. Okay, so I've don't want it to do that. Hold on one moment. Little technical difficulty. Any suggestions?
And then we turn the sound off, maybe?
Yeah. This one certainly can. Okay. We're going to start over. So if you're warming up, that's great. Okay. So again, this is to warm up the tissue. We want to increase circulation to the disc between the vertebral joints. The discs themselves are like a sponge. If we don't get enough circulation to the disc, like a sponge drying out, the disc can dry out, putting more pressure on the nerves. We have less flexibility. We can also lose some height. But when you take a dry sponge and you put water on it, what does it do? It starts to expand again. It's called imbibition, or imbibing the disc with synovial fluid. So as we're moving up and down and doing different movements, we're helping to move fluid. And we want to get that fluid between those vertebral joints back to the disc, eventually opening up our back so it's more flexible as well as stronger. So 10 seconds of just warming up the tissue this way. And again, our focus, even though it has many other benefits, we're focusing on the back. So now it's the hip rock, side to side. And the Cellerciser is very quiet, but if I let go of it, the bar gets a little rattly. So, but this is it. Now if you take your shoulders and you lift them up and down a little bit, now you're working the scapula area around the back, as well as the vertebral joints. You're dropping your hips slightly into the mat and very gentle, but it's, I like to think of it as like a dog when it gets on its back and it rolls around, it's helping to increase that flexibility in the back. Great for the shoulders too. And this will be recorded on our our YouTube channel, David Hall Cellerciser. And you can write down the different movements later. So. All right. Now we're going to work loosening up the back a little bit more. You can actually move your arms. You're working the upper back as well as the lower back. Gently. You don't know how much space you have between the vertebrae, and if you have a bad back, this can be very helpful, but you don't want to overdo it if you irritate a nerve. Fortunately, Cellercise is gentle on the body. So this is also, as you know, working to help improve digestion, elimination processes. You've got the liver, kidney, spleen, gallbladder, pancreas, the adrenals. So all of those internal organs are gently being massaged up and down and side to side. I don't know anything better. I really don't. 5 seconds to go. All right, right arm up over your head, lean to the left. When you feel some stretch, just gently move up and down. We're opening up some of the vertebral joints now. And if you have more curvature in your back or a subluxation, which is a disc that is irritated, we're opening up, taking pressure off of that area and stretching those muscles. Muscles have a tendency to tighten up to help protect nerves, and that's often part of why we feel stiff. So what we're doing is we're taking it to the stretch, and then we're massaging it through the movement up and down. And we don't have to overstretch to do it. Okay, back the other way. In a moment, we'll be working the lower back also. You can also start, what's it doing now? Oh my goodness, we're having technical difficulties. All right, let's do the twist. Can you recalibrate that?
Which routine is this?
It's a new one.
Okay.
Oh no. Okay, I'm gonna have to watch it with you guys. Because he's going in slow motion. On the television, that's weird. Can they see it still?
Yeah.
Good. Okay, so now.
What are you going to call this routine?
It's back health, and it's a stretching routine for back health. It's actually got a name, I just don't remember. So you're crossing the right foot in front of the left foot, and as you kind of stretch a little bit, you start to open up the muscles in the lower back. Okay, other side. And again, it's not uncommon for people to feel it more on one side of the body than they do the other. Okay, other side again. What I didn't do at the beginning, which I wish I had, is have all of you try to touch your toes and then do the routine and then touch your toes again. Because it makes a difference. Okay, other way. I've never seen the TV do that before. Okay, twist, helping to loosen it up. You want to kind of feel loose. And that it dings. Okay, hip rock. So on the hip rock, I like to kind of lift the shoulders up a little bit. This is also a pump for the lymph system as you're moving up and down. Okay. What is he doing? Oh, okay. Bend over, grab the Cellercising, bend at the knees, and just kind of stretch back. Hold on to that frame as you work it to stretch the lower back. I love this movement. Okay. Hopefully you're beginning to feel a little bit looser now. I can't emphasize enough how important this one is. Up to 80% of Americans, we're told, are going to have lower back problems to contend with. And I believe a lot of that can be avoided. Okay, back to this position again. And the gentle twist.
What's your take on our need for salt?
For our need for salt, it's in so much right now that I don't really pay much attention to it. I think sea salt is the best if you can get that. Okay, so now we're going to grab down here and lift the right leg. We're kind of leaning and lifting our toes up some. I'm going to do this so it's quiet. You lift the ball of your foot up and it creates that stretch. Okay, and then we do the other side. So we're stretching the back and the hips, but we're also stretching those hamstrings too. Okay, gentle twist. I know the bar makes some noise and it's a little wobbly. It's designed that way. It's so that we will improve in our dynamic balance, not just our static balance. We want all of the muscles that move so we can pull it toward us if we need it, but we're working more of our natural muscles as we have that bar down. Okay, so right side again. That side. So you're kind of rocking back a little bit and to the side, just slightly. That really gets that stretch down in the lower back. Okay. Thought I heard a beep. Okay. Okay, ski patrol, side to side. And you lift your elbow or your shoulder up as you're going side to side. We're now strengthening the back as well as really pumping circulation. Just baby bounce, health bounce. In the app it shows you we've got 55 seconds left. So we're just gonna relax your shoulders. You can hold them a little bit if you want. But you just relax in the body. Remember, with Cellercise, your whole body's involved all the time. You're automatically stimulating lymph system for your immune system, back flushing valves, opening up capillaries, increasing oxygen flow through the brain, challenging your vestibular balance, which, as well as proprioceptors in your nervous system. I mean, it's all being challenged while you hold yourself in position. You're challenging a great deal of brain activity. So,
Sally wants to know if you think salt is better than sugar.
salt better than sugar?
Yeah.
Salt? Sugar? Yeah, you don't want to get me started on sugar. I think my personal belief system is that sugar is no longer in a natural state. It's more concentrated like a drug. And for the body, sugar can be it can be just especially too much of it can compromise your overall health. So, but salt, no, salt is not. I don't put that in the same category as sugar, that's for sure. But good. Any other questions, Ricky? Well, thank you all. And, you know, I don't know if you tried touching your toes before, but that was my intent. So as far as flexibility is concerned, you should be more flexible now. So,
someone said, do you think Cellercising flushes salt out of the body more than traditional exercise?
actually, it can increase the ability of the body to utilize the salts. So as you're moving up and down, the sodium potassium pump on a blood cell, for example, the cells are expanding and contracting. Well, that constant expanding and contracting helps it get rid of waste products and helps it to absorb the nutrients that are in the body. So you're actually increasing oxygen and nutrients through the cell membrane, through the movement up and down. It helps create, I believe, balance in the body. We talk about physical balance, and Cellercise definitely is working the entire body collectively as a whole, including muscles and the fascia, all these protein fibers. But there's something called chemical balance as well. And we need more research done on that. But the moving up and down, you can be sure the thyroid, the adrenals, the endocrine system, they're constantly expanding and contracting collectively over 100 times a minute. The entire body is helping to improve in its overall balance, I believe, chemically and physically, which helps us emotionally. Any other questions, Ricky? Well, I want to thank you for being here. If you like the program, please share it with others. And be sure to call. Let me know if there's anything specific that we can do to help you. I want to thank you, as I should every single time that we do this, for sharing the message to others that you care about. You've heard some of the customer reviews tonight. There are a great many of them that I need to get on our website, but there's already quite a few on our website, so you feel free to go and take a look at the stories that people have had with regards to Cellercise. I wish you could hear the phone calls that I have on a week-to-week basis with people and some of the things that they're saying and some of the things that they're accomplishing. It's been a great blessing to be involved in this with you, and thank you all for your support, and I look forward to 2 weeks from now. We'll put together another program. Thank you. Have a great week. And remember, you don't have to work out when you can play in. Thanks.